Candace Owens gets invited to a podcast where she has to speak to a woman named Lily Phillips, who's going viral right now for having 100 men in one night, okay? And if you know anything about Candace Owens, then you know that she went completely off, okay? Let's go ahead and hop into this video, watch it, and react to it. I really think this is one of those great videos, okay? Before we do me a quick favor. Hit that like button for the YouTube algorithm so that this video can reach more people like yourself. I truly appreciate you guys, and if you're not already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and tap that subscribe button, and let's hop into this video right now.
Good friends here. We have Candace Owens. I don't even know where to start with her. She's brilliant. And then we have Lily, who's also world record holder, super viral on the internet, probably the hottest thing on the internet right now. How you feeling, Lily? You good?
I'm really well, thank you. How are you guys?
We're good. Are you familiar with Candace at all?
I have. I've definitely seen TikTok clips and things like that, definitely.
Okay, so we're bringing her on because
she has some questions.
She has a couple questions. I've done podcasts with both of you now, and should we start off with the first video that we saw?
The reaction to which one? The first?
There's a tweet out there that has 200 million impressions about like right after the 100 guy scene.
Yeah.
So how did the 100 guys go? Financially, how'd it go? And then also like physically, how was that?
Let's talk mentally. Let's not talk
mentally.
Let's not physically.
Okay, so if you haven't seen the viral video, the girl Lily Phillips, she had a challenge, okay, an OF challenge where she had 100 men in one night. It took about 14 hours. I did a video on it a couple of days ago, and like I said, it's viral, okay? And so now Candace Owens is confronting her about this video because she wants answers and she wants to figure out where this lady's mind is at, okay? That's pretty much the gist of it. Let's hop in.
Obviously, it was a very exhausting day and very, very stressful, very hard. At some points, we were like, I don't even think we're going to hit 100 and stuff like that. And so it was a very long day at work. And as soon as I finished, you know, this documentary team was kind of filming everything. And I don't think I got a second to really shower or have any kind of think about anything until they kind of started probing me for questions and was putting a camera in my face, asking me, you know, what about every little detail. And so, yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm sure you guys have seen the clip of me where I'm very, very overwhelmed. It was a very intense experience and, a very stressful day at work. I'm sure everyone has them days where they come back from work and, it's intense and they have a little
different. Before Candace, you respond, Lily, was Bradley?
Not even close. Not even close. What she just did to compare that to a stressful day at a 9 to 5 is you're putting shame to everyone who works a honorable job. It's not even close.
One of the 100?
What is this?
Sadly not, I wish.
Oh, no. I wasn't there.
You can be there for the 1,000 though.
No, I can't partake in this.
All right, Candace, so Lily just talked about how it was a hard day at work, and now you saw the clip of her being emotional after.
First off, I feel like I should say most people don't have a hard day of work like that. I think obviously what you're doing is kind of a bit of an extreme sport, right? Putting it mildly. But I think one of the questions that I just have about that is it seems like now you're kind of trying to make light of the situation, but in the moment, you were crying. And I get obviously what attracts you to this. I'm not gonna be patronizing of these questions. It's money and it's fame. These are demonic possessions. What people will do for this sort of attention, and you're getting a lot of it right now because you've done something. You're saying you're going to do something that no person has done and sleep with 1,000 people in one day. But how do you ignore what you felt after that and how you felt after that and just put on a happy face and pretend that it's normal when it so clearly was not? Like, you clearly were traumatized by the experience.
I personally don't think I was traumatized. I chose to do this. This was something that I wanted to do. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say it was fucking easy, but I don't think I was traumatized from it at all. I think as well, obviously, from what you might have seen from the documentary, like a lot, the good points I talked about was also very much cut out. At the end of the day, they're there to tell a narrative. And that's kind of the narrative that they went for, is like, this seems like a sad girl, and I don't want people to pity me or feel sorry for me. This is what I chose to do.
Right, but why were you crying? Are you saying these were happy tears?
No, I was extremely overwhelmed. Like, it was very intense. And yeah, I mean, the experience was obviously like we had like an hour conversation after, and obviously when he started probing me about some experiences in it, it was, it brought up some tears. I'm a very emotional girl, so I cry a lot.
Yeah, wait, really quick. I'm trying to think because now that I'm thinking about it, 100 guys in one day, like that takes a toll on your body. Like LeBron's 39 and he's so.
You got to watch the video you got to watch the documentary to see just how brutal this was. I mean, the aftermath was just disgusting. I mean, they had, rubbers everywhere, all over the floor. She was just looking down. I mean, her body looked destroyed. She looked tired. The guy that did the documentary, he didn't even want to walk in a room because of the smell. It was completely disgusting. It's something that no person should ever have a desire to do, no matter how much money and fame you get from it. And we know that the root of all evil is money. We know that people will do anything for money, and that is why the world is the way that it is. This is just one of those cases, someone doing something disgusting for money.
Playing basketball, but you're taking 100 guys in one day. I don't know what is what.
You sound like the comment like, explain this to me in basketball terms. This is not the same thing.
No, I'm just saying like that takes a toll on your body.
I'm curious. There was a clip and we spoke about it before you came into the thing. There was a clip of you talking about finding a partner in the future, and you essentially said that there's going to be one poor that'll eventually marry me. Do you regret any of this, or do you think your future self will regret any of this?
No, I definitely don't regret it. And obviously I can't speak for myself in the future. I don't know how I'm going to feel. But at the end of the day, I can't come back and say I regret this because this is what, I want to do in the moment. I'm not someone who is very regretful because I think everything happens for a reason. And I always think like it got you to where you are now. Does that make sense? Like, if I look back on this and I'm like, oh, fuck, I wish I hadn't done that. But then I wouldn't be the person who I am if I didn't do it.
Candace, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the questions that I certainly had when I was reading into your story was, I think that you kind of try to portray it like you had this like normal upbringing. And I obviously don't buy that because I have children and I have a daughter, and your mother being involved in this signals to me that you had anything but a normal upbringing, because there's no mother that would spiritually want to see her child violated like that, because that's what it is, whether you perceive it or not. Your mother is watching you or helping you or dealing with the finances of you being violated 100 times in one day. And so I was very disturbed by that more than anything else. Is like I've heard of OnlyFans girls. I've sat down with them, respectfully on the whatever podcast, and a lot of them have stories. They understand that, my mom, my dad, my upbringing didn't do this. It led me to this choice in life. But you don't seem to have recognized your mother's abuse in this, which is quite alarming to me. So I'm just curious about your relationship with her.
I mean, my parents definitely don't describe having as, what did you say? Sorry, abusive or
Violating.
I don't think it's abusive. I think your daughter being violated 100 times by strangers is abusive.
So my parents don't describe it as being violated. They don't really see it in that way. They know I've always been very liberal, and to be honest, my parents, they're not coaching me into it. They're not telling me, please keep having these people at all. They're not, they're not really exactly, I wouldn't really say like supportive, but at the end of the day, they love me. And what is it going to do if they disown me, stop talking to me? That would only cause more heartache. So they see it from a standpoint of, my mum does like my finances because she wants to help me. They just want to do what they can to help. It's not so much like if they disown me tomorrow, like I think that would just make everyone more upset.
Are you giving your mom a cut?
I'm not arguing that they should disown.
No, she's still trying to normalize what she did and what she's doing. She's trying to normalize it. No parent in the world would ever want their daughter or son to participate in such an evil act.
I mean, I understand like a mother's love for their child. I'm saying that it is unnatural for your mother to be counting the finances that you're earning from having 100 strangers violate you on the internet for cash, And that is the part that there's just no way to normalize that. There's no way to normalize that. I'm a parent. There's no way, like I have a daughter, and the idea of being involved in that, like it's not saying that if she goes down that path, that you're not going to be there and pray and hope that, you know, she changes and speak to her about that and say, I'm always going to love you. But I view it as predatory, you know, parental behavior. And I don't think it's fair to even describe it as my parents are liberal. I mean, I'm obviously not a liberal, I'm a conservative, but none of my liberal friends, liberal family members, their parents would view this also as demonic, whether they have faith or not. They would just say, what parent would want that for their child? Because your mother is old enough to understand what the implications are for your future. You know, you already comprehend what the futures are, making it. I get that you turn everything into a joke. I think you do that really to protect yourself as an armor. I don't think you actually think it's funny, but to recognize that like you're a beautiful young girl, and you're never going to have the prospects. You're not going to have a man that wants to have a family with you because they're going to see you as damaged goods. Your mother partaking in that, just so you know, is a form of abuse. It is. It's abusive.
I personally don't see it as that. I mean, my mum's just trying to help me.
Look, man, how could you not like Candace Owens? I still get people in my comment section that don't like her. I really want to know, because all I see is her doing good work out here. I see her caring for people like this. She's not sugarcoating. She is out here doing these small podcasts all the way up to going into Piers Morgan and speaking to him. She's doing good work.
Like,
try to talk you out of it. Like a mom is supposed to guide their children when they're doing decisions like that and say, listen, I understand you may think this is that, or you may think it's this way, but you're a beautiful young girl. You have your entire future ahead of you. You have two parents that love you. You know, you could marry a man and raise children and have a happily ever after. Or you could be the girl who everyone knows, who can't have a child that goes to school without people making fun of them. I mean, imagine having a son and they say, like, you know, your mom's on the internet. I watched her get by 100 men, you know, or a daughter, you know, something which is just like, it's so precious.
And she just smirks, man. She smirks at that. And that's just, man, it just shows you just how nasty and just how mindless people are. Candace is trying to speak to her and tell her, what about your children, your future children? How are they going to feel when they go to school and their friends are talking about, hey, I just watched your mom do this with 100 men in one night? And she smirks at it like it's a joke, like it's, oh my God.
A mother and their daughter, you know, like your mother should want to guide you in that way and say, like, this is a path that you could have. Like, your future could be amazing, and you're giving it up for, this is not, by the way, fame, it's infamy. You know, you're establishing yourself as someone who's going to be infamous. It's going to pass so quickly, the money's going to be in your bank account, and then there's going to be the next girl trying to one up it, and no one's going to care anymore. You're going to fade into irrelevancy.
That's true.
But you're never going to have a normal relationship, and that's what your mother should be telling you if she actually loves you.
Lily, really quick.
Sorry.
Where does the video? So it's a video of 100 people, right? 100 guys.
We've got like 14 hours of footage. I had 2 parts to like upload it. So yeah, it's on my
where does that video live? Is it like on your site? Brad's seen it 3 times.
This guy keeps asking about the video.
Seen it 3 times.
You sound like you want to see that, bro.
So financially, like, you made a lot of money from this, right?
I've done okay. I support myself.
Does your mom doesn't watch this, right? Or she just stays out of it? She just like lets you do your thing?
Yeah, the thing is, she has tried to talk me out of it. So has my father.
So they've tried to talk you out of it?
Yeah. They have tried to talk me out of it, but they recognise that I am my own woman. You know, I am a grown woman, and I support myself. I pay my own rent, and talking, like, they can't really talk me out of it in the sense of just like.
Is this something that you would talk? Would you talk another girl out of this? If you had a daughter?
To me, sorry, or to
yes. If you had a daughter, would you talk another woman out of this?
So, what, as in doing the 100 or OnlyFans?
All of it. Let's say what you've done, follow in your footsteps, because they think, okay, this girl got popular, she got famous, infamous, whatever we want to call it. She's probably making good money. Oh, I could do this. It's an easy way. All I have to do is kind of like open myself up to this to just get through it, right? Would you ever recommend this for another woman?
I mean, I'm always an advocate for don't ever, really have a think about it before getting into the adult, because it's not easy. It's not what people think online. It's not fast money. I would never push someone to do something and recommend it or anything like that, because I always think, anyone can do what they want. They don't need me telling them what to do. So if my daughter wanted to get into it, obviously I would highly educate her on all the bad things about the industry, because, there's such a dark side to it. I would definitely highly educate her on that. And, if it's something that she still really wanted to go through with, that's her decision, that is her choice, and I would still support her and still, talk to her and coach her through it and be there for her.
Candace, what would you
I'm telling y'all, this is the response of people that does not have any,
tell Lily, like,
they don't have any type of like religious bone in their body. Like they don't care about God. They definitely don't know Jesus Christ. They don't even know Buddha. They don't even know Gandhi. Like they don't even know Thor and these fake false gods that people worship. They definitely don't know Jesus Christ, because I mean, it's the most vile things that you can do. You're exploiting yourself for money. You are a slave to your job. You're a slave to what you do, and it's going to ultimately ruin you in your life, in your future, in your kids' life, in your image, and your self respect and self love, all for money and fame. Is it really worth it, y'all? I don't think so.
now she's gone down this road, but she could have a 9 to 5 and make 60 grand a year, or do what she's doing now and make millions.
I could never have a 9 to 5 though now.
No, I know, but I'm just I'm asking Candace, like, for her advice. Like, how could Lily go to having like a walk away from this, have a normal job? Like,
is there
it's
a
too far too
transition?
gone, right?
Is there a transition?
Too far gone.
I, being completely honest, don't think there's a transition from sleeping with 1,000 guys in one
It's
day.
100, right?
Well,
Yes, I've done 100, but I'm going for 1,000. Sorry.
Oh,
Didn't mean to speak over the end.
She's gonna have 1,000 guys. So what does that work out to? Like one guy every 86 seconds. Yeah, and that could work out to, like, if you did a 24-hour marathon, you would have to have one guy every 86 seconds, and that's assuming you don't stop for like lunch or to go to the bathroom or whatever that is. Like, I mean, like, we're talking about, like, full debauchery. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
and I don't think you come out of that the same.
I feel like the only way out of this is like saying,
why do you want to do 1,000 though? Like, why?
I really want to set the world record. It hasn't been broken in 20 years.
What's the world record?
Man,
It's 919.
Who the hell
is that girl?
Who has that record?
Lisa Sparks, she's like an ex-porn.
And where's she at now? Where is she? That's important.
She's married and got kids.
Whoa, Candace.
uh-oh,
Sounds like it worked out for one person.
uh-oh.
I have no question that she can have kids, and I have no question that she can get married.
quite easily.
Like I said, there will be a guy many people get married, and you read a lot about those relationships, and they don't tend to be the relationships that you want to be in. It is what it is. But like I said, I just feel very sad for you, very sad for you that this is the life that you're choosing. Because like I said, you don't even know the name. They didn't even know that girl existed. You know her name. You're saying she's up with 919 people. Look at that. I mean, she's faded into irrelevancy. She's relevant right now because you're saying you want to break her record. And the amount that you give up for that, like spiritually, you're just not going to come out of that the same. If you were crying after sleeping with 100 guys, imagine sleeping with 1,000 guys in 24 hours. But I get it. It's a shiny object. You're getting the headlines that you want. You are in love with the getting Google alerts about yourself and seeing that people want to speak to you and you've never been in the conversation. I mean, I guess for you just didn't really believe in yourself in a different way. You never figured out what it was about yourself that made you special. Because I promise you, it's not like your body. Like, it's like, that's not it. That's not it.
okay, let's talk about this real quick. Okay. So they just made the comment saying that the lady that holds the record for the most men, right, in one night is married with kids. And Candace says, yeah, you're going to be married with kids. I believe that that's possible, but it's not going to be what you think. And that's 100% right. I don't know a man. There's not going to be an honorable man that makes good money that is your Prince Charming that's going to accept this. It will not happen. It ain't going to happen. No man wants their wife to be like that, okay? Any man that's willing to marry a woman like that does not love you. They want your money, and they are probably going to be doing stuff on the side too. Because to fathom a man like creating an image where this is acceptable in his mind, you almost have to let go of any type of boundaries that you have. Another thing that Candace said that really was such an awesome point was the fact it's not that she just wants to do this. That's not the only reason she did it. It was like 90% money and fame, 10% she wanted to do it. Like the majority of it was money and fame, right? But if you had the opportunity to do something that was not like this, if you had an opportunity to speak in front of a large crowd about Jesus and get the same amount of money and fame, Which one are you going to choose? Are you going to choose to speak in the crowd about Jesus, or are you going to do this? You're probably going to want to choose the first one, right? Because it's just people just don't have a desire to do this kind of work as an honorable thing. Like if she wasn't making money and getting fame off of it, she wouldn't do it. It's only because of the money and fame that she's going to get that makes it enticing. And so that's something that we got to think about. Like when we make decisions, it's like, would you make this decision if you had an opportunity to do something else and get the same outcome? Probably not. And you have to admire how Candace Owens and even the other guy, Bradley Martin, kept it real throughout the video, just letting her know, like this is not something that you should be proud of. Like this is so far low that it's ridiculous. But like I said, the lady, in my opinion, is mindless. The lady is guiltless. You can see it in her eyes that she's guiltless, almost to the fact that she's willing to cover up any type of feelings of regret for the sake of her, like, having this image that this is something that she enjoys doing. It's just insane. It's sad. No woman wants to do this kind of work. I mean, let's be honest. Let's be honest here. No woman wants to do this. It's all for money and fame. If you could do it, if you had the opportunity to do this and make no money, you wouldn't do it. So there's life more abundantly in Jesus Christ. And there's no condemnation in Jesus Christ. And the Holy Spirit is going to help you to make better decisions in these times. But when you don't have the Holy Spirit, you're susceptible to demons and demonic influence. And I believe that 100%, 100,000% that's what is working in her right now, which is crazy. And it's sad. It's sad, man. Let me know what you guys think about this video in the comment section. All right, look, if you're new to the channel and you like what you see, I encourage you to hit that subscribe button and to hit the post notification bell so you do not miss another video. I do tons of videos about Jesus Christ and things related to the faith, okay? My name's Aaron Page. I'll catch y'all on the next video. Until next time, I'm out.